Hello, everybody, and welcome back to some more Rune Factory 3, the special edition. I remember in the last episode I had planted some flowers in the fall field because I have to give them to Pia because I can't just find them naturally, so I have to, let them grow. And that'll take like 3 days. Anyway, a
Let them
whole lot of stuff has
grow, let
happened in
them
the past 2
grow.
days, hasn't it, Azura?
Huh?
A whole lot of stuff has happened in the past 2 days, hasn't it?
Like what?
Like, I got my bike helmet. I think that happened midway through the previous episode. I went for some biking. I almost got in an accident a few times. Okay, like
Wait,
twice. Okay, so turns out with an electric bike, if you turn on the motor, it doesn't just like start going. It waits for you to pedal like at least one full rotation, then it kicks in. But I didn't realize how like hard it would kick in. So I almost fell over backwards when the electric started going.
Wow.
It's a thing that can happen. But also, like, before then, because I, had to partially assemble this bike myself, I had to do stuff like screw in the handlebars in a position that I like. And so it turns out I screwed them in and they're like, no, definitely bad positions. So I, try to screw them in to be better. And I'm like, okay, that looks fine.
They were loose?
They weren't like so obviously loose. But then when I went to brake, when you brake and you kind of like put extra weight on the handlebars because that's how momentum works.
What do you mean?
Like you're riding a bike, you hit down on the brakes, and then because like your body moves forward more in relation to the bike, because you're still moving when the bike stops, you put your more weight onto the handlebars. And you kind of just push on them because that's part of the stopping process.
Go on.
Yeah, well, it turns out that the handlebars weren't fully, screwed in. I thought they were. They weren't. So the handlebars kind of went, like, not went forward, but rotated forward. And my body is still going forwards. So I almost just completely fell off right there. So it was a bit of a whoopsie. But yeah, today I took my bike all the way over to my LGS, played a singular game of Commander. I didn't lose, but I did manage to kill someone. Which is actually really kind of funny. I wound up attacking someone for lethal commander damage. Another player played Everybody Lives, from Doctor Who. So, while that player did not lose any life, technically they still took damage. And while players couldn't lose the game this turn because of Everybody Lives, as soon as I pass the turn to them, they're at lethal commander damage. They lose the game.
Huh.
And I was like... And like, they were playing slimes, too. I should have taken some pictures to show you. They were playing slimes. They had some really big slimes. And they attacked me for a lot of damage. I finished them off before they could kill me. I was down to like 2 life points left. Started to recover, managed to somewhat stabilize myself, though. And then another player wound up comboing off and winning. And then the other 2 players left because they wanted to get something to eat, because it's Modern Night, because hey, Friday Night Magic. I didn't bring a modern deck, so I just hung out for a bit, and then I just biked all the way back. It was only like a 20-minute bike ride, but it's hot out.
Okay.
Yeah, only a 20-minute bike ride, but it was hot, so I was exhausted. I still need to find a better way to clip my water bottle onto the bike. Because I want it to be accessible while I'm riding so I can drink my water, but I also don't want it to just fall. Because that's also bad. And that's the thing that actually happened twice during the trip, where it just kind of fell.
That's not good.
So now my water bottle has some scratches on it, but like, whatever. It's a nice, thick, like, metal water bottle. It'll be fine. Anyway, right, I also had, dentist trips. I might be going off to, where's the fishing? Oh, fishing level 60, nice. I might be going off to Edmonton sometime this year. I was, invited to take part in, Vancouver again. Next year.
Ooh.
Was it January 17th to 19th, I believe. And then I have a doctor's appointment in Edmonton on, like, the 24th, so... Since I have to fly through Edmonton to get to Vancouver anyway, on the way back I might as well just stay in Edmonton for a few extra days. Maybe, like, bus back or something, instead of flying back.
Road trip.
God, road trip to Vancouver, that could be fun. At least if we had road tripped for this year's Vancouver, maybe I might have actually been able to be there. Still regret not being able to, not just going, but...
Yeah.
I could have gotten Tabitha St. Germain's autograph on my actual rarity card. Instead of just on a sleeve. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Yeah, dentistry, woohoo, stuff happened, oh my god. So, they're doing the dental work. And they're like spraying water and air and stuff, because that's just... They spray water and stuff while doing dentistry. I don't know why. Whatever. And I'm wearing like this bib, because sometimes it splashes on like my chin or my cheek or something, and I just wipe it off, and it's not really a big deal. However, while I'm just, you know, lying there, as they assault my teeth, they wind up splashing some water, right next to my eye. And they don't clean it up right away, so I'm just lying there with, like, a drop of water, like, half an inch from my eye, and it's just like, well, at least this gives me something else to focus on, but also, this is indeed annoying.
Yeah.
Alright, perfect.
So I unfortunately did not get my usual Friday buffalo wings because I got distracted by arguing with Ellie over the definition of a town, like the difference between a town and a city. And the stupid thing is,
City
we've
is
had
bigger.
that conversation before.
City is bigger. I don't remember the specifics.
Well, here's the thing. Bigger in what way?
More population.
Well,
Town, village, hamlet, city, metropolis is all based off of population. If you fit...
Well,
what's the
here's
number?
the thing.
10,000? If you fit 10,000 people in one house, it's a city.
start in one house.
There is a city in Alaska that is one apartment building, and it's an entire city.
Huh. Well, here's the
Even though it is one building.
here's the thing. There is a city in, I forget if it's Ontario or Quebec, of over 200,000 people. It's actually classified as a town.
Weird.
Yeah, there are places that have less population that are classified as cities. That one is a town. And it's just like, here's the thing that kind of makes the argument very difficult, is that the actual definitions, like precise qualifications for village, hamlet, town,
A city is an
township,
important center of commerce, economics, and culture with its local laws and well-defined transport, housing, and sanitation. Towns are
Yeah.
a small group of human settlements that comprise of residencies placed closely for better cohesion and socialization.
Boy, it sure would be nice to actually finish what I'm saying.
You are being well, the actual definition of a town, or is it? So I just looked it up and just said what it is, instead of rambling.
I was telling a story. You know what? Yeah. Have fun.
You're telling the story of how you had an argument today, and then you looked it up and you were right. What is this? Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Alright.
Hiya.
You're here.
Hello.
Alright, time to do some more cooking. Woo! Sale day! Notably no apples. I wonder if the reset shenanigans that work in future games will work in this game as well. That is something that might be worth testing. But first, let's buy as much flour as we can at this 10% discount that we get here. If you really look at it, it looks...
Thanks.
64,800 monies. Hmm. So anyway... Alright. So if we try to save right here... Then we reset the game. So... yeah, I had a bit of magic rules issue that came up in the game that I'd played earlier, where the person went looking it up for probably a good 5 minutes before they asked the owner of the store if it worked. And that took a few more minutes to get the answer out of that, too.
Honestly.
But in the end, it turns out that I was right. Ooh. I can buy pineapple. Can I turn into, like, Uh, okay. Pineapple can make pineapple juice. Can also make a fruit juice. Pineapple juice sells for $14.80. I clicked on the wrong tab. So it doesn't exactly sell for a lot. But would a, say, level 10 pineapple juice sell for a whole lot more? 20% health, 40% boon points. That's not exactly good. However, I'll buy one of these.
Bye. Bye.
So that was 5,400.
No.
Hello. Okay, nope, not worth it. So in that case, just close and reopen the game again until we can get our tasty, tasty apples. I guess we don't have to necessarily save scum for apples, really. We can save scum for apples later. We have lots of apple juice.
Rune Factory 3 Special.
What was I doing again?
You're gonna make some bread? That's what you're doing. Oh, this is bread. Already level 8. Neat. So you're just gonna be silent for the next, like, hour and stuff because I ruined your story? Do. Yeah. So many extra potions. Oh, seeds just don't go in storage. They go into the fridge. Really? Wow. Anyway. Let's make more bread. Let's get that cooking level up. So yeah, the e-bike is working out lovely. I need to get more in shape so I'm not out of breath while I'm trying to ride, although I am still adamantly blaming the heat for most of the issue there. Okay. Well, that was weird. Yeah, to get to my LGS and back, it was about a 10-mile trip, apparently. According to the, what's it called, odometer? On the bike. So, yeah, that explains why that was taking... Took roughly, what, 20 minutes to make it 5 miles. So I was averaging, what, 12 miles an hour? Let's see, if I triple the time, so for 15, so taking an hour to get to 15, so about 15 miles an hour, really. Which, yeah, sounds about right for what I saw on the odometer. God, I was really trying to take that to go as fast as I could. I could barely get above 20 miles an hour on it. And yeah, despite me being Canadian, it is measured in miles instead of kilometers. US-based company and all that. I need to, like, finagle with it and figure out how to do all the settings and stuff.
Done for.
I should also keep an eye on, like, my health and my rune points. See, that seems like the sort of message to put in, like, before your health hits 0. So you know not to do the thing, or else your health will hit 0. Instead of after your health is already 0 and you've already collapsed.
Hello.
Hi. What brings you in?
It's a... The feeling of this stuff that they did to my teeth still feels so weird. They added, like, a bunch of, like, material to, like, the front of it. It feels so strange.
Hello.
Hello.
Huh?
It's fine. Hello.
Hello.
Do-do-do-do-do.
Hey, hey.
Hey.
Hello.
It's not the thing that you had asked for, but hope you like it anyway.
Hello.
Hi there.
Hello.
Welcome.
Let's see, what do you got for sale? Ooh, poison powder! Oh my gosh, poison powder is so useful in Rune Factory 4. And I guess technically also 5.
I'll be sure to stock more good stuff for you.
Hello. Welcome. Oh. Huh?
Hey there.
Hello.
Hey.
Thank you.
Leave it to me. An unpleasant day to you.
Hello.
Hello there.
Hello.
Welcome.
Hello.
I'm gonna bite you. I'm gonna bite you.
Good day.
Hello.
Welcome. Oh!
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Oh.
God. Although I will say, yeah, it's probably going to be a while before I can be, was it comfortable enough biking around to want to actually go all the way downtown. That's That's quite the trip. Yeah, because I'll have to go... Yeah, that is just quite a ways out. I think it's better if I just, you know, maybe don't do that for the time being. Just... Again, at least not until I'm, you know... Just gotta be ready for that. 20 minutes and I'm, like, dying on there. I couldn't imagine trying to go for, like, an hour. And then having to go all the way back. Ah. And one last one. Okay. Yeah, I was using up so much energy, it started to drain into my health. Oh gosh, that would be an issue. I really don't think that really happened. Maybe I should bring some apple juice. Although, like, I did bring my water bottle, filled up with water, but it's only like 1 liter. That isn't exactly a lot. Barely enough to get me there. Wasn't any really good spot to fill up with water for the way back. So I went and bought some electrolytes, energy boosting, basically like water drink. Bloody over $5 for like a little bottle of this stuff. It was tasty though. So, you know, not the worst thing, but probably won't make it a habit. I suppose I saved, what, about $4 by not using the bus, spent $5 on electrolyte bottle. Yeah, I feel like sometime by the end of all this flour, I'll probably have gotten enough done to get, toast. Probably have enough done by maybe by the end of this episode. Level 99 cooking. I really wish that there was more to talk about. I have not been doing any recording lately, but there's also nothing going on. I just want to, like, after spending a few days out with family, and I come back, and then shopping, and then come back, and then dentist, and then dentist, and dentist twice. Even today I went out to the game store instead of just staying here and relaxing more. It's like, I would just want like a nice day where I just stay home and I can kind of, it usually takes me like a few days to just like get used to my regular routine of just being at home. And really today I got a notice of another like notice of entry blah blah blah. Not actually an inspection going on tomorrow, or else that'd be all I'd be talking about here. But apparently someone's coming to like clean the vents or something in 2 weeks. And it's like, oh yeah, make sure to move everything away from the vents. I have bookshelves up against these here vents. Like, those things are not really going to just be, like, I'm not just going to be moving these bookshelves on my own. Like, those things are heavy. I don't think I can just quite do that. So, I'm sure I'll figure out something. Probably get to a point, it's like, yeah, person comes in to do it, it's like, hey, can you work just around the shelf? Move the bookshelves, move the couches, move everything else. Like, yeah, how much room do you need for the vents? Also, I have a big old bike in the middle of my living room because I still haven't figured out what I want to do there. I don't think I can leave it on the balcony as some people have suggested that I do. Some people have suggested, oh yeah, just leave the bike on the balcony. That would be fine, except I don't think I'm allowed to. Oh, how great it would be to have, like, a house. Just bring the bike into, like, the backyard. Or, you know, have, like, a garage. Actually, a lot of the houses I've been seeing that are within, like, my price range don't actually, like, have a garage. So that's something that could be... Yeah, whatever. Driving is overrated. Biking supremacy for life, yo. Still just level 9. Alright. Yeah, cooking level 99, and it's just gonna sit there. So I guess I could start doing stuff for, like, forging or chemistry. But also, I still want to get all of this extra bread done. Start toasting some stuff. Oof, pardon me. Just, yeah, I don't know. Use a flower or something and try to forge with it over and over and over again. Just watch that, like, constantly fail. Constantly fail, keep trying, constantly fail. Never actually lose the flower in the first place. Yeah, that'll probably be fine. Oh, I hear someone. Someone is here.
Yeah, I've been here for several minutes.
We haven't been saying anything, and I don't have Discord open on my computer. Like, I don't have Discord visible on my monitors, is what I meant to say. Not what I said, but that's what I meant. So that's why I corrected myself. Did I mention I have, like, an entire watermelon right here that I've been snacking on? Watermelon is so good. You ever just, like, take an entire watermelon, like, cut off one end, just take a spoon and just, like, eat, like, the whole thing? When I went shopping on Tuesday, they had watermelons that were, like, on sale. So I just found one. It's like, huh. I know that there's, like, a whole, like, rigmarole, a whole bunch of, like, steps that you can do to see if the watermelon is to your liking and stuff. Just kind of tapped on it. It made watermelon knocking sounds. I figured, yeah, this is good. I'm not cultured enough to know, like, the finer points of details of taste. As anyone who has ever seen me can affirm, I don't really have much knowledge on matters of taste. Oh. So, Zora, do you want to talk about this new interview that you got? Where you're potentially going to be working for and all that stuff? Who you got an interview with, I mean?
You now have about as much information as I do.
Wait, you don't even know what company it is?
Huh?
You don't even know what company it is?
It's a photography company.
Okay. Kodak!
No, that's a camera company.
Well, you know more than I do about photography, and I took a class on it. Yeah, I'm really not sure how I got strung along into that, but I've taken a class on photography. And then I think the very next school year or something, I took a class on, was it filmography, videography? On making videos. I prefer the video one. That was more to my liking. More to my interests as a YouTuber. I had to do some weird and obscure things in the class, like dolly zooms and editing videos. Oh my god. Oh, ow. That was weird. There are games like House Flipper where you can, like, you know, simulate rebuilding or remodeling or cleaning up houses and stuff. Where's the game about, like, filming, where I can use all my filming knowledge and stuff? I know there's, like, YouTuber life, but that's not what I'm talking about here. Doing the dolly zooms, a nice panning shot. It is really weird though, because sometimes we'll be watching a movie with someone and they'll be all like, oh yeah, check out that, like, bifocus lens. And I'm like, what? Because, like, there's, like, a trick that you can do in, like, filming, because, like, when you're filming, only, like, either the foreground or the background is in focus at any given time. But if you, like, film the scene twice or something, you can film it once with the foreground in focus and once with the background in focus, so everything can be in focus at once. And, like, I never notice these things when I'm watching movies and stuff. When I go to watch a movie, I practically never think about, like, oh, how this shot was filmed and stuff. It's like, oh yes, they used a dolly zoom here. When I go and watch a movie, I more so think about, like, the plot and characters than in the filmography. Yeah, some people can just look at an image and just confidently be like, oh yeah, that was photoshopped. You can see, like, artifacting around, like, the edge of, like, the thingy there. I'm just like, what the flip are you talking about? What artifacting? Like, it took a bit, but I feel like I can visibly tell now if a picture is AI generated. Of course, AI generation in art is just, like, going to get better with time, and then all those little tells are eventually going to go away, and it's like... And some people are claiming that certain art is, like, AI made when it was actually made by people. They just happen to have, like, the art style that AI had stolen from. So actual legitimate artists are being thrown under the bus because AI stole their art. Stole their art, stole their, like, how they do art, or whatever, so... And I wanted to get commissions done of some of my characters a while back, but if I try to look for people who take art commissions, it feels like everything is just, oh yeah, give me some money and I'll make an AI-generated image for your character, and it's like, if I wanted an AI-generated image for the character, I would hit myself up on the head so I could come to my senses. That's like saying it's like, oh yeah, give me $10 and I'll make a stick figure drawing of your character. Like, I want something that's, like, actually, like, good and has had some, like, actual thought put into it. Over the years, I have occasionally had, like, people draw art of my characters and stuff, and I save it, and I keep it, and it's nice, and I appreciate them. But I do want more. Lots of characters. It just always feels weird. It's like, yeah, I stole these pictures from online. This isn't exactly what the character looks like in my mind's eye. But it's really difficult to find anime characters with these certain characteristics. And then, at first, it's like, well, I'll go with this art. I'll go with this art, even though, like, this, and this aren't exactly what I'm thinking for the character. But then over time, you start to associate the art with the character more, and it's like, yeah, well, maybe this is just exactly what the character is supposed to look like after all. Even though, no, that isn't what the character is supposed to look like, that's just what it wound up looking like, and it would have been better if I'd been able to just either get art commissioned in the first place, or else just make the art myself. But I can't really make art myself. Some people love to say, oh, anybody can do art. Just pick up a pencil and start drawing until you start getting good. Like, I was in an art class. Pick up a pencil and start drawing was basically day one of art class. And then 2 or 3 months into it, I wound up failing out of art class because I couldn't draw a snake with wings to a level that was adequate for the teacher, who had been doing art for many, many, many more years than I had. I've kind of been sitting on that. Been sitting on that little rant for a little while. How about you, Azura? What's your, association with, like, the arts?
I mean, I'm not really particularly involved much myself. I mean, I took some classes and stuff,
Nice.
you know, back in, like, high school and before and all that. Was into theater for a while, and
Yeah,
obviously,
theater!
and also some, you know, degree of filmmaking as well.
Gosh, I love drama class. Drama class was awesome.
Yeah, sometimes it was, sometimes it wasn't.
I still remember, I think it was like, there was a big project where we had to like do a play as a class or whatever, and I specifically picked the character that I wanted to do for the play because of one specific line, and I spent like 3 days just memorizing the line. And like most of the time I completely forget what it is, but sometimes it just flashes back and it's like, that was 13 years ago that I memorized it. Why won't it go away? I don't even know if it's a particularly good line.
Everything going dark.
Well, that wasn't a particularly good idea. Let's go back to the clinic. But yeah, acting I feel like I can do. Despite how it might seem for doing all these videos, improv is something that I actually do know how to do decently well. Improv and line memorization. I feel like the improv comes in handy with writing. A lot of times when writing, it's like, okay, what happens next? And then it's like, oh, here's some writer's block. Ooh, what's supposed to happen next? A thing. Something happens. Just write whatever it is. And if it's stupid, fine, rewrite it. But if it's anything less than completely stupid, you have a thing that is happening. Even if it is completely stupid, maybe it gives you an idea for something that's actually kind of smart. I'm decently certain I actually once wrote something that, at the time, I was thinking was absolutely completely stupid, and oh my gosh, why would I write that as a thing that's happening? And then later on realized, no, actually that is kind of pretty good. I was just down on myself because, oh, well, this is such an obvious thing. Of course it's stupid. I thought of it. Like, no, no, no. It doesn't have to be stupid. Even if I'm the one who thought of it, it still doesn't have to be stupid. It's just, you know, probable. I should buy 4, maybe 5 more stacks of apples. We save this here.
Hey.
Oh, they're done. No more apples. Well, no more apples at the store, but... No. I think I just lifted up my defense there. By getting so blatantly and suddenly attacked. Turns out it's all for the good. I thought there's another apple tree. Is it just right here? Yes. Apples, apples, apples. Wait. Oh, right, because that's level 5, and now we have level 9 ready. Nice and relaxing, relaxing and nice. I'm sure eventually I'll get back to the mood of wanting to do a whole bunch of Let's Plays and maybe find some whatever game, but for now it's just sit, calm, just sit, be calm, relax with my watermelon, some nice YouTube videos, and... No! No! I'm at 9 HP now!
Not like this.
Hello, doctor. Could you imagine if that's how it worked in real life? Someone pushes themselves a bit too hard, and then they just wind up having to get teleported to the doctor, who instantly fixes them up, at least somewhat, and just charges a few $100s. Gosh, going to the hospital costing hundreds of dollars? Could you imagine? How barbaric. I phoned up my local game store. It seems like it's really getting into the One Piece TCG. I haven't tried it because I was never really a fan of the show, even though I am a fan of TCGs. Oh, actually, TCGs, that reminds me. There is a game that I had played when I was a kid that I had wanted to beat, but I don't think I had ever actually beaten. So maybe I'll need some Azura help to actually beat the game.
Which game?
I believe it's called Duel Masters. It is a
Wait.
video game about a trading card game where you get like the Duel Masters cards and you have to try to beat people in like Duel Masters games. And eventually you get like pieces of some legendary card, and I think if you collect them all, then you can just actually get the card.
Okay, and why do you need Azura help for this?
Mostly motivation to actually just make it to the end. I think the biggest issue that I had while playing it was I'd get like maybe 2/3 of the way through the game and then just be all like, woohoo, my 57th battle! Ugh, and just stop. All this replaying old games thing just reminds me of this story I heard. I think you've heard it as well. Of someone talking about how at the end of one of the Final Fantasy games, there's a chest in a dungeon, and the person, not knowing what's in the chest, opens it up, it's a mimic, TPKs the party, person gets angry, stops playing. Years later, they find the game again, go, oh, I don't think I ever actually beat this game. Play through the entire game to the end of the final dungeon, find a chest, don't know what's in it, open it up, it's a mimic, TPKs the party. And of course, me, not being the best at memory stuff, I don't know if I've had any games like this. Any particular games that I just haven't beaten because of something so, I want to say random or inconsequential. Like, you don't have to fight that mimic, it's optional. You don't have to open the chest, that's just your greed talking. Also, when it comes to games, I remember playing, Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, and stopping playing it because I was absolutely, completely clueless on where I was supposed to go. Very often. Didn't look up a walkthrough or anything for it for some reason. Speaking of walkthroughs, you remember those, like, walkthrough, like, books that you could buy? They're usually, like, about the same price as the game themselves for whatever reason. And basically almost like a textbook in thickness, with, like, all of the information about the game all just written right in there. Those are neat. I still have a few. I think Bioshock, Bioshock 2, Fable, Fable 2. And I might have one for Fable 3. Gosh, the absolute solid hype that came around for Fable 2, I don't think has been repeated for a game since then. Like, okay. Like, Fable was an awesome game. People loved playing Fable. So much so that they actually took all of the cut content that they wanted to use but didn't make it into, like, the actual release of the game. And then actually, like, were able to use it and make Fable the Lost Chapters with all of the cut content able to be used. And then Fable 2 was announced. It's like, oh, it's coming out, like, so-and-so day. And a few months before Fable 2 came out, the Xbox Live, like, arcade had, like, a Fable 2 pub games available. And I think it was free. And the idea is, you play, like, casino-type games, like poker and stuff. But, you start off with, like, 500 gold. Whatever money you wind up with in that save file, you can connect it to your Fable 2 game, and start your Fable 2 game with all that extra money. So if you do super well at the casino games and get like tens of thousands of gold, you can just start playing Fable 2 with tens of thousands of gold. And it's not like, oh, they both release at the same time, so you could just play Fable 2 and get tens of thousands of gold. It's like, no. You either have these pub games, or you don't. You can't, like, you couldn't just play Fable 2 instead, because Fable 2 wasn't out yet. So those were your choices. And of course, nothing's stopping you from just, like, creating the account, you know, start, or whatever, right? Loading up a profile, getting the money, and if you absolutely fail, just, like, delete that and start again. Like, you could absolutely do that. They didn't care. It was completely fine. But I think that that helped establish a lot of hype, and I feel like you get items from that as well. I don't remember the full details. I just remember never seeing that again for another game ever, and if I'm wrong, correct me in the comments to tell me if there was another game since Fable 2 that had, like, a free, like, pre-released version of the game, not just, like, a demo, but, like, a different game, technically, that gave you benefits for having played it. Because I know some games, they have a demo that comes out, like, before the game releases, and you can carry over your save data, and that's cool. This is just something altogether different. And money is cheap in Fable 2, so it's completely unnecessary. And then years later, Fable 3 was released with very little fanfare. Ultimately, the Fable 3 game was nice, but really didn't work to the same level as Fable and Fable 2. It was released, I believe, in the same weekend as Rock Band 3, which I don't think I ever really got into, despite being into Rock Band 2, because Rock Band 3 wanted you to use, like, real instruments, and that was a really big amount to pay into for a video game. If you already had real instruments, I guess you could use that. I never really understood the full details of it. And also The Sims 3, which I had gotten. Sims 3 specifically for console. Sims 3 for computer had already been out, and I loved playing The Sims 3. Honestly, it wouldn't take much provocation for me to go on another The Sims binge. Don't test me on that. I will. However, Sims 3 for console is a heck of a lot worse than Sims 3 for a computer, because Sims 3 for computer, you can basically walk your sim all around the town, but console had, like, the Sims 1 issue of, if you want to go to another place, okay, now your sim is in some other place. You don't get to see them, but they're there, trust me. Whereas Sims 3, you can actually, like, walk your character out of the house, down the street, into someone else's house, and follow them the entire way. Sims 3 was a lot more playing dolls. Speaking of The Sims, the people working on the ponies are still working on the ponies, and oh my gosh, if a playable demo of that comes out, you know I'm going to be, asking them if I can do some recordings on it. Gosh.
Ponies.
I'm so... Okay, now I am tempted to do another binge of The Sims, but I would want to record it so I'm not just, you know, wasting my time with Sims for nothing. But I don't know what I would do to make it at all interesting. Like, I've done a few challenges already.
Okay, here's a thought. Do you think we could try to create the house that we were starting to do in RP, filled with all of the characters, but, like, all successful?
I mean, I have had a house I just use, like, all my, like, characters and stuff with. So, the thing is, being successful in The Sims, especially, like, Sims 3, and I think it works for Sims 4 as well, is shockingly easy because you can just have a sim start, like, writing, and by the time of their second or third book being published, and it might take them, like, a day or two to write it, but then you get royalties that's, like, by the time of the second or third book, is more than average people are making at a career. So you don't have to have anyone going to work just have someone writing, and that can provide all the money for a household. Just lock someone up in a basement or something. No one has to have jobs. All of the money can just come from book royalties. And you can have children's Sims do it. So you could have a household of just like, oh, can, you know, I think in Sims 3 you can't have a household without adults, but you could just have like the adult not do anything or something and then just have the children making all the money for the house.
Oh, jeez. Player, we are not creating a sweatshop.
It's a sweat writing shop. They are free to express all of their creativity as long as they get it by the deadline. I mean, no, it could be really cool if we could figure out how to do the Sims multiplayer. Sims 2 for console. Sims 2 for console I loved, mostly because it had a feature where you could use, like, your iToy. I had it for PS2. iToy was the webcam. Take pictures and have the Sims paint the pictures. And during, like, when I had gotten Sims 2 for console, my parents' mattress was up against the wall of my room. They were, I don't know, fumigating their bedroom. I don't know what was going on. Something with their mattress was in my room. So it made for a really nice, like, backdrop to have for pictures. But also, like, painting and writing, two very easy ways to just make a lot of extra money in The Sims. So money doesn't actually even have to be an issue. We'll work on something. We'll see about making something work. I think I actually did a Let's Play of The Sims at one point where I had, like, regular old household people, whatever, but the main character was, like, the teenager. Like, the adults I did nothing with. Never controlled them. Nothing. They already had jobs. So I only focused on this one teenager character, and the goal was, like, start with X amount of money, save up enough money to leave, and I had a little, like, tracker in the corner that would, like, update as, like, that specific sim gained or lost money to eventually move themselves out. It was cute. It was fun. Only lasted, like, 3 episodes because I got tired of editing all the money over and over. But it was cute. It was fun. Oh well.